So let's just zero in on the subject we're holding right now, and that is to explain what does it mean that the Choshev, like Kriyas Yamsuf, the darkness illuminates the night. So he explains that at the outset of creation, so that's a puzzling statement, equally puzzling, because we normally understand darkness as the absence of light. Clearly, it's not. That's not the kind of darkness we mean here, because at the beginning of creation, we are told that dark or light and dark served mixed. So it's not just the absence of light, it's some kind of entity. And then Hashem separated the two, and then the light was able to do its mandate. So what does all this mean? So what does this mean? Above, what's the Torah talking about in describing this light and darkness at the outset of creation? So what page is it? I have different page numbers to you, gentlemen.
307.
307. So it's 5 lines from the top.
308.
Sorry?
307 was the start of last night.
No, so we're on 308. 308, 5 lines from the top. So what does all this mean? Talking about the psukim, that the light and darkness was mixed and separated. So it's reflecting the source above. So it's known. So here comes now the clarification. Namely, that darkness, cheshech beruchnis bepnimius, is not the absence of light. What is it? It's higher than light. In Idua, Shebchinas Cheshech Lamailo, darkness above, it's not like a darkness down here. Now it's interesting why the Maimon doesn't say, as we've been saying, that down here, darkness is the absence of light. It's very interesting that he does not say that. Say that down here, up there it's not. I don't know the answer to that exactly, although something in the Krech HaMaskil is stirring, but at any rate, that's the fact. But it's not the same. So what's darkness l'mayla? Eli in yonihu b'chinas helem v'hester b'atzmusay. By darkness we mean beyond revelation, the essential concealment in self. That's what dark means. It means that there's no other on that level that would receive or be illuminated by my presence, because it's the essential self. Or like the Pasuk says in Tehillim, Yoshes Cheshech Sisra, he places his darkness in secrecy. Implied in the Pasuk is that's in his secret self. That's darkness because it's higher than revelation. Because revelation means, of course, being revealed to something or someone. And at that level, there is no something or someone. It's the exclusivity of God alone. That's what darkness means. A level that's higher than revelation, which means projection, creation, ultimately otherness, and so on. Clearly? Clear? I say clearly? Clear. We pointed out that the physical flame reflects this property of the core, the essence. Before it illuminates, it's dark. If you look at a flame by the wick, it's not bright, it's transparent, or it's black. Actually, it's transparent, you don't see anything. You don't see anything. That's the cheshech. And only as the flame rises, yellow and orange and the various colors that illuminate. But at the very core, it's dark. It's a reflection of this truth. When we speak about revelation from the concealed essential state, that's called light. Now, having said that, all is clear. So therefore, there's this screen, metaphorically speaking. And parsa means a division, mesach means a screen. that divide between these two worlds of the essential self, concealment, and revelation. Why the need for this parsa, this spiritual screen, this tzimtzum, as it were? Because v'lulei havdol zu, without this division, hayakol kol b'chinas helem atzmius hamaitza. That even if he would create l'chayre, I'm saying l'chayre, not 100% certain, but l'chayre, what he means is this. Very simply, the Eibishter can do anything. Agreed? Thank you very much. Can God create without the whole Oir? That's most in creation. Shkoyach. But if that would happen, so everything would be incorporated within the essence. Oir, revelation, creates the whole ability of levels higher, closer, concealment, revelation.
See the silence.
Because that's the kavanah of Dira B'Tachtonim. He's explaining why there has to be the union of Oir. Because without Oir, it would not create this whole sense of creation and a higher and a lower and a tachten, which is desire. It's a Dira B'Tachtonim. We're explaining why without Oir, if God would just create from Atzmos and then create, so everything would be absorbed within Atzmos. There's no bridge. He created a bridge. It's not really a bridge, because from his perspective, it's all him. But from our perspective, it does create a bridge of further and closer, higher and lower, a ladder of divinity. So that the result is, the lower down the ladder you go, the greater the sense of separation and concealment, which is what the divine desire is. Clear? So that's Vayavdil, that's the separation. Meaning to say, it's not Stam, Atzmos creates. But Atzmos then conceals himself, as it were, and gives rise to this radical notion, reality called Oir, revelation. And that's in order to create a creation that does not feel absorbed within his essential being and therefore have complete loss of a sense of identity and separation. Hence, you're not a tachten, and that's not the purpose of creation. He wants to create a tachten, and the tachten will work through his own limitation, guided by Torah, by God, and realize that there is no separation, even though overtly there is. Okay, let's see inside the words of the Maim. The lulei havdalah zu. So havdalah means, if we shouldn't get, like anything Yachsidus, you start getting physical imagery, it ruins it. It's a starting point, I guess, but the havdalah is really the decision, the Eibish's decision to give rise to the inyan of Oir, the inyan of revelation. That's what the havdalah means. So without that, hakel kol, we just said that, yes, hakel kol, so everything would be included or incorporated, absorbed within the essential, beyond revelation, essence of the maitzel, the emanator. Now, the emanator is already a darga, but everything is relative. He invokes the word maitzel as opposed to moir, because moir means the source of revelation of light. This is higher than moir. This is maitzel. Which is like a deeper, more potential level of emanation of any kind or none at all. At any rate, putting that aside, just getting the general idea I hope we get. For the ha'yochaliis inyan hagiloi, now if he wouldn't have this decision, this havdalah, then we can call it tzimtzum. He calls it here a parsa, a masach hamavdil, the metaphoric language, screens, division, partitions. It's metaphoric, I don't mean this in any way physically, obviously. So if not for this Havdalah, there wouldn't be Inyan Hagili revelation as it exists, as God desires it, namely, that this light, this revelation, should then give rise to a whole chain of worlds, Ilav Olul, cause and effect, and an entire system. In brackets, similar to we quoted this halacha before, in a slightly different context. When something is absorbing, it's not excreting. Why is he saying this here? If all of creation would be absorbed and it couldn't manifest, if it would be all absorbed within him, it wouldn't manifest as levels. And the Eibishter wants polit, he wants excretions, as it were. Polit means to release or put out. He wants levels, not absorption. He wants to create a ladder. He wants distance. Clear? A general idea we get. It's only through concealing. What does this mean? Let's understand this. He conceals the truth that he's the only reality. If that truth is not going to be concealed, there's no room for any emergence of any levels higher, closer, further. That's the Masach HaParsa. Lost now, concealed from what's coming next, I'm concealing. I'm not allowing my essential truth to be known by you, because that you'd be absorbed by it, and that'll be the end of your free choice, and the end of closer, madreg is higher. No purpose of creation achieved, which is dir b'tachtonim. So let's be clear. The McGill student is asking him to try and nail it. What is this masach, this parsa, this screen, and masach hamavdil? What do we mean by that? What's this? What does it imply? It implies a radical concealment. What's being radically concealed? Finish it in a few words.
Truth that there's nothing but Hashem.
The truth is there's nothing but God. And what emerges now is there could be something else from him that he creates, not independent, it's obvious, but there's otherness is at this level is a potential. That's how profound it is. There's a potential within potential. It's already starting to emerge, this notion of otherness, the purpose of which is you and I walking down here with complete yeshus and independence, and a Yitzhahara, in a world that utterly conceals God, etc. And here he wants to reveal Atzmos here, within, without negating creation. That's the Masach HaMavdil. My exclusive, absolutely, my exclusive truth to the exclusion, nothing else could exist conceivably, that's concealed. This is the most radical tzimtzum right here. It's before the tzimtzum Moishe. Tzimtzum is in the oir. This is what's producing the oir. It's not called a tzimtzum. Why do I said the word tzimtzum before? It's not the right word, because tzimtzum is already acting upon a gilui. There's no gilui here. Here we're going from etzem to the notion of gilui, with inyan of gilui. Be clear?
Yeah.
Why the word tzimtzum doesn't apply here?
Pre-R.
This is pre-oir. This is pre-oir.
So then what does it symptom, let's say, accomplish? Because now you could already have this process of...
Now, because the original oir is b'li, then I have to go from b'li to gvul, the tzimtzum.
higher, lower.
Yeah, creating a whole hierarchy of divinity. So in the test, we're going to be getting a test, guys. Why doesn't he invoke the word tzimtzum here? Dafke masach and mesach and a parasel and a masach hamavdil? You have the answer. Tzimtzum means a contraction of a gilui. No gilui yet. This is producing the gilui. How? By concealing the exclusivity of Atmos, which on that level, there cannot be anything other. God decided that he will create the sense of otherness, whatever. The truth is we don't have, the end of the day, after all of Chassidus, we cannot intellectually, neatly explain, reconcile. God's the only reality, and there's also creation, or there's also Eir. Starts with Eir. We're just trying. We're trying. The mind. We're trying to entertain this because the kavanah is that the mind should know. But we're entertaining in such a way that the mind recognizes its own fundamental limitations in grasping that which is essentially incomprehensible and paradoxical and irreconcilable. Isn't
it just that? It's that this Masach Parsa, it's still him.
Yes, at the end of the day, it's still him. But at the same time, Bereshis Bodalikim is not him, it's a creation. At the end of the day, it's very important to acknowledge that there is a creation. I suggest you listen to the podcast I just did. It's on COL, on free will. It's much deeper than the one I gave here in MTC. I didn't want to do it, but my niece was hounding me for probably a year. So I flew in from Montreal. So we did it. But they were still geholfen, I think. And because it deals with this question. Because the question of free will is not if God knows the outcome, what kind of free will? That's a very superficial question, very simple answer. It's not the question. The question is who's choosing. There's no, I think, other than God. Do I have free will? Who are you? You've been created yeshmai mechol rega v'raga, and you have no dependence. There's no chooser. That's the question. So we deal with that in that podcast. I'm telling you, it's worthwhile listening. Continuing.
I'll post the link in the group, Rabbi.
Okay, good idea. Yeah. Yeah. There's stories there too. It's not, it's not just a brain teaser, but there's inspiration there too. The brain teasers also, as we're stretching and trying to grapple with these truths, it's inspiring because we're confronting, it's ultimate inspiration, confronting the Atmos, the kavanah. Okay, let's continue, friends. Here. So there has to be, we explain now the Masach or Parsa, again, the translation, Masach, screen, Parsa, division. Between what? Just fill the sentence, complete the sentence. Division in between what?
Between the truth, exclusive truth that there's nothing but Hashem, and the possibility of Gilui and holy.
Yeah, okay, good.
Isis.
No, yeah, good, yeah. So now, as a result of this divine decision, what is this? He went to, they went shopping and bought a screen, a nice screen. It's a decision of Atmos to make this Helem v'Hester, and that's the decision. That's what it is. They wish to, right? Just strip it from its physical imagery. And now, as a result of God's decision to conceal his essential, exclusive, there cannot possibly be anything else. Self that's concealed, eclipsed in terms of making that presence felt in, all comes together. Presence felt where there is no. What I'm saying is that this decision creates the otherness right there. You're saying it's like in halacha gita v'yoda boin ke'echad, that she acquires her independence and the get at the same time. I'm invoking that because it's separation here. Get. The get doesn't give her independence. It doesn't separate it per se. The get creates your independence in order to be able to be separated. It's in this particular circumstance. So this Havdalah, this decision, that decision created the otherness. Not we're going to be separated from otherness. There is no otherness. This creates it. Clear? Yeah. So now we can have this whole notion of revelation, the Reishis, the Makar Ishtalshalos, and we have the first level, the highest level, but that generally it's Chachma. That's Chachma is the first classic level of Ishtalshalos. Chachma is called Chachma is emerged from the concealment, meaning the beyond revelation, essential Eibishter. Yeah? Yeah, the words are making sense. It's a pasuk. I think it's actually in the pasuk the pshat. It's like a rhetorical question: from where will come Chachma? I just look it up in Eov. But Chassidus brings a pasuk frequently. Chachma emerges mi'ayin from nothingness. Because beyond revelation, the source says this metaphoric choshech. The pirish ayin ubchinas hela makeser, keser is atik, atzmizdik. It's all.
So ayin is this now?
Ayin is the choshech.
Yeah.
What?
Is this Havdalah? I mean that
Between ayin and chachma is the Havdalah.
So ayin is
Chachma looks at the source. Chachma looks at the source and says ayin because it's beyond the definition. Yeah. And what is it? Ayin is because Helem HaKeser Shenikra Choshech. But from Kloli, the Keser is always part of the Maitzel, especially Atik. That's called dark because it's beyond revelation, beyond the notion of otherness. Like the pasuk says in Eov. It's fascinating. There's so many psukim that come from Eov. The whole thing of what's the whole thing of Eov? It's the whole story of Eov. The biggest questions on God and the righteous suffering, and all the dialogue between him and his chaverim, etc., lies the deepest. That they're grappling with this. Not grappling. It's part of Torah. It's revealing. It's addressing these essential conundrums and struggles. Manifested. Is it right? Yeah. Manifested in righteous suffering. It's a similar question. At the root. So da wird's nicht talking about. Anyway, so the pasuk Megala Mukus min HaChoshech, he reveals the depths from the darkness. The Mukus, the depths in the plural, the levels, dargis and dargis and dargis. Deeper, higher, oimik lifnim min oimik, deeper, lower. From where? Min HaChoshech, from darkness. I don't know, but we understand what it means. Happy to this. Back to Kriyas Yamsov. So this is all to explain. What was the question that we're explaining now?
how was the Choshech Yor?
How does it mean? What does it mean, for heaven's sake, that the Choshech, the darkness, illuminates the night? We're starting to get a sense of the answer. Let's see. The given should be Kriyas Yamsov. Atik. What happens by Kriyas Yamsov is the level of choshech, to put it first just simply, then understand it is another matter, but the level of choshech, which is the atzmizdik level atik, which is normally lost on us, illuminates the darkness, well, the darkness illuminates the light. The darkness is the darga, not the darga, is the etzem, right? Darkness beyond revelation illuminates the night, all the levels of ishtalshalos. The night has many stages. It starts off light, and it gets darker and darker and darker in the end, but darkest, whatever, it's all these darkest, that's h'tshk. So that means by Kriyas Yamsuf, they had a sense of, it's all you. Etzim as if it's all you. All this distance, there's no further, there's no closer. The emes, it's all you. Let's see the words of the Maimon. The Kivin should be Kriyas Yamsuf, Vayigila, b'chinas Atik. So by Kriyas Yamsuf is the revelation again of this essential level. This is the Cheshech. This is the Yoshes Cheshech Sisrei. Translation? Yoshes, it's a pasuk. Where's the pasuk? Sounds familiar? Yeah, where? Anyway, no?
You can cheat.
You can cheat. You all said it when you were 17, no? Or what you all say for your kids when they turn
60. Hard as 60.
Hard as 60, yeah. Yoshes Cheshech Sisrei. And what does it mean? Translation.
Places in darkness and secrecy.
Well, he places his secrecy in darkness, more accurately. You could translate, but you could translate the way you did it, but the way the Maimon is translating it, it's more, he places where's his secret to be found? In Cheshech, in darkness, because it's beyond revelation. It's beyond revelation. Clear? Yeah. So this is the level that's revealed by Kriyas Yamsuf. That's Atik. Kesser, as he just said before. Chochmah is the first, boom, explosion of revelation. Closing the door. Shkoyach. Chochmah is the first revelation, a very explosive one. Oh, epiphany. Chochmah is the epiphany of creation, that God's the only reality. But who's having that? Who's having that epiphany, creation? And bottled to it. But the starting point in Chochmah is the viewer at some profound level. And what does Chochmah say? In the Muvada, in the Bittel, and you're the only reality. But the big change here is that someone's saying this. Kesser is silence. The Gilui there, just being of the Eibishter. Kater means, one of the meanings that Lashon Adam is silence, also from Eve. We've encountered that. Sounds familiar? Not really. Been a while. Okay. Good to remember everything we learned to be in good shape. Remember half the things we learned to be in good shape. So the given should be Kriyas. Let's continue. So Kriyas Yamsuf is the revelation of the eye of the Eibishter, Atik, essence, Kesser, Cheshech. It's all right in one category for our purposes. Yes, that was clear. Azay hey mipchinas helam v'acheshech shelamayla mayavdallah. Let's read the words mavdelas bein lebein gilui l'chachma. Normally, by God's creation is the essence is lost on us, creating again this ladder of divinity all the way down to total concealment. Not by Kriyas Yamsuf. The helam and the cheshech, which is hiding this division, hiding this decision to conceal himself, was then overridden, as it were, and God reveals his truth, as it were, from his perspective. That it's all him, there's no distance. The Oyed is him, Gilui is him, all of it is him. So that's the, the pasuk is saying, and there was the thick cloud and the cheshech, and it illuminated the light. What's doing the illumination? The darg of cheshech. That's the etzem, which precedes the light, is illuminating the night. Now, what's the night? The night means the oid and all of its levels of concealment. Further, closer. Again, the night has different stages of darkness. So this is the darg of Cheshech, is the darg of Yoshes, Cheshech Sisroi. He places his secrecy in darkness, or the very essence. Maitzel means the emanator, the source of all emanation. And this is now this is a big chiddush. Because what's the big chiddush? It's one thing, obviously, for the etzem to be in the world of etzem, in its glorious truth, one thing. But that truth is revealed in Ishtalshalus. That's a Yisen Ha'od of Minachishach. Can you cut it? It's a nuanced Tzeischo. This is the meaning of the advantage of a light that comes from darkness. So light means here what? Revelation. What's being revealed? The etzem, the cheshech. By Kriyas Yamsuf, a sense of the absolute reality of Hashem. So where's it being revealed? In us, we're part of the creation. But Mina Cheshech, what's being revealed to us is the absolute Atzmius of Hashem. That was revealed at Sinai, at Kriyas Yamsuf. So when, here it means Cheshech in Ishtalshalus. When in Ishtalshalus there's the revelation of the truth of Meliovaוויטש, Yesh b'zeh Yisen Oir b'kifle kiflaim me'etzem oras oir. This is far beyond the highest levels of, that's me, the highest levels of it. I said I said before, it's a chiddush over where the etzem is on its own, as opposed to the etzem revealed in Ishtalshalus. It's also true, but he's not saying that here. He's saying that the revelation of the Cheshech Darga is far beyond the highest revelation of Gilui. The etzem is far beyond the Gilui, and that's what's being revealed in Ishtalshalus. Is this clear? Yes?
Say that again.
It's in the words in the Maimer. What's the hell Cheshech here is Ishtalshalus. What's being revealed over here is the etzem. The Cheshech is illuminating the darkness. The Atzmius Atik. So that revelation is incomparable to the stam revelation of Ishtalshalus, which is Oir. This is an Atzmius revelation.
But is this not there too?
We're calling it Oir because it's only because, that's why I said Atzmius Oir. We're calling it Oir, it illuminates the night. Because the Shivcha is seeing this, so as a revelation to her, she didn't have 5 minutes ago or a minute ago. So it's revelation. But what's the revelation at that moment? God's the only reality. Not completely absorbed. Is absorbed for a moment in the essence, Chiddush, but not losing your identity. The Masach HaMavdil remains and creation remains. But at the same time, creation is a paradox. It can't be neatly explained. But that's what they experience, this truth. They still remain as a creation, but at the same time, completely suffused with God's the only reality. And that revelation is far beyond the highest dargas of Ishtalshalus itself. This is double and redoubled beyond the revelation per se, light per se. The light is expressing the essence beyond light. In the light, they're privy to and experiencing beyond light in light. And that's also the reason the meaning of that the sea becomes transformed into dry land. So the sea, one of the meanings is the sea is a hidden world. Sea represents the hidden world, completely lost in us, oblivious. You stand by the ocean, and you look, you see a body of water completely oblivious to the teeming life below. So it's also a moshel of the darg of Cheshech, Lamaila. it turns into dry land. This revelation normally completely lost on us because it would dissolve us out of existence. If you said if there wasn't oil, had to be the Masach HaMavdil. Yet that is revealed to us. So the sea becomes dry land. The etzem is revealed. You said before, if we just go from Atzmas to creation, we'd have no sense of independence. Here the Chiddush is, there is the union of Gilui and oil and separation and Ishtalshalos. And in Ishtalshalos, the etzem is revealed. The Shifcha sees this truth. This moment, fleeting moment, God's the only reality. And she remains a Shifcha. Okay, to be continued possession. Tomorrow, no class. But Thursday morning, yes, on Zoom for the next week. It's my granddaughter's wedding. So Thursday morning, Friday morning. And then I'm back here Sunday night. So it's really not just Thursday and Friday with Hashem on Zoom. Okay? Back Sunday.